Dark academia. I first stumbled upon this term while I was binge watching Hemingway Jones's fountain pen videos on YouTube. As his narrative enveloped me, I was progressively intrigued, then smitten, and finally caught plum before the wicket, foot firmly in the wrong place. Imagine an aesthetic that grows around the beauty of intellectual pursuits as one celebrates knowledge, not compelled by the prospect of earning a degree as a ticket to a financially secure tomorrow, but for the sheer joy of partaking in the journey, pursuing proficiency for the pure love of it. Dark academia, it is said, often draws its inspiration from the romance of the past, be that literature, music, or built history, has books in its center, and it's often melancholic, mysterious, forlorn even. A deliberately analog pursuit to silently rise the banner of revolt against the digital overwhelming of our lives. Not so much as stepping on the brakes as a genuine releasing of the pressure on the accelerator. A deliberate way of slowing down, even as we march towards our individual trysts with destiny, our little moments of pure bliss as we turn our heads away from the deluge of the inane that is right there in our palms, just a swipe away. It is not akin to the super rich jet setting to a holiday at some exotic destination, but more like a very pilgrim, firm in his belief, carrying his cross to the land of the Saracens. Calcutta was once the capital of the British Raj in India, the most thriving of the metropolises on this side of the Suez. Her port was the gateway to vast hinterlands with opium, tea, jute, textiles, and engineering products, among many other things, making nawabs of men, where untold riches could be made. Little wonder that the Dutch, the Portuguese, the Danes, and the French all had established their presence within a few miles of this English port city. Calcutta was also the seat of learning, with Bengal Renaissance blooming in the city, and her children having won her accolades from in the form of the Nobel to the Oscar and almost everything in between, which goes to underscore the rich cultural heritage of the city. Now today, the city has come a long way from those Halcyon days, and there is a delightful, though faint, smell of decay that abounds her innards. As dark academia take me on a journey of self-discovery to the cemeteries where forgotten epitaphs languish in gross neglect, the libraries where dust and mites celebrate the destruction of the sacred and the profane, the museums that house priceless artifacts that have invaluable tales to tell, but no one willing to listen to them. The crumbling facades of once grand mansions that are now the haunt of the knaves and the riffraff, staring back at me from the other side of redemption. The footpaths of College Street, where used booksellers pawn the knowledge of generations for the price of a paperback, or often less, much less. In these sojourns, I carry my faithful notebook to scribble notes that I know nobody will ever bother to flip through. Even they, even though they may be my ticket to the past, the wormhole through which I imagine the ancient, interpreting events that were too overwhelming for me to comprehend when I had first learned about them, despising, even bemoaning the inevitable destruction so that future generations can create the moments to celebrate their achievements, the monuments to celebrate their achievements. Such is the power of dark academia. I also carry my Kaweco brass sport pen, and often it's a sibling, the mechanical pencil, for its weight matches the heaviness of my heart and feels strangely reassuring in the hands when the obvious bears the fangs of the inevitable, and the fierce pitch of time's laughter numbs one into disbelief. Kaweco nibs are, no nonsense in the truest meaning of the term and are known to perform admirably even in the most trying circumstances. I do not know, but perhaps by taking the Kaweco along, my subconscious self tries to communicate the fact that the word forever too is in the same dictionary and that some miracles are man-made. My platinum curidas sometimes join me in my wanderings for the simple reason that it is so convenient to write with, especially when one is on the move. It is a one-hand pen and can be clicked open to jot down things that are momentous, or for sketching that interesting nook that has been forgotten, like some lost love by those who should have cared. But the pen that I mostly carry on me, however, is the Click Aristocrat, which is bereft of all thrills and frills, choosing to be just a reliable performer above all else. The pen fits into the world of academia as a duck takes to water, writing miles at an end without any pretensions whatsoever, and is strangely reminiscent of all that is old, though it itself is of fairly recent origin. There is a lesson there somewhere, as the clique labors on ungrudgingly, writing about events, great and small, from the distant past, of cohabitation, of coexistence, of the past and the present, embracing each other, like ebony and ivory, living together in perfect harmony. Thank you.